All right, welcome to Superfreak, Doug Townson.
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. I can't believe you came all the way to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. What are your first impressions?
Um, well, since you fed me, the food's awesome, and I can't. The whole plan was to move to Mississippi when I get big and famous and find that stripper that'll stay with me forever.
And get you a farm in Mississippi. That's what Kevin Gates did.
He did.
I don't know if his wife was a stripper.
Yeah, I think
She's
she was.
beautiful, though.
Mm,
But he did move to a farm in Mississippi.
I sold him a car,
Did you? What kind of car?
a Maserati, his Maserati. I did in 2019. Whatever.
What's Kevin Gates like?
He's cool. He ain't really talk.
I can see that. I kind of see some similarities between you and Kevin Gates.
We're both well. I think we had the same taste in women.
For sure that, but also there's a lot of showmanship. Like his lyrics are so crazy and so freaky, and there's a lot of showmanship in your videos too. But I just want to say to all the haters and all the doubters out there that Doug Townsend has been nothing but a gentleman to me. Thank you very much.
That is very true. My haters, I can't, but my fan base is extremely loyal. I don't like when I post something, if they're not savages, I'm disappointed. So that point, they're used to that. Like even they go savage on me. To me, it makes my life a lot easier knowing that people won't deal with bullshit, and until you earn their respect, they are going to be savages from day one to the day end.
They were indeed savages, but we did kind of fabricate this internet beef,
Yeah,
you
we
know.
did. When it worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
Man, people don't want harmony. They want chaos, and I think we gave them quite a bit of chaos.
They it's I think from day one, when I started posting, it's been I get addicted to the savagery. Like I'm a savage. I really could sit there. I've been shadow banned 3 times since I've had Instagram because of my uh ruthlessness. But that's what they come to expect from me, and I'm not gonna let them down. So I'm gonna be a savage to the day I die.
Spoken like a true Kevin Gates fan.
That's true. Well, you gotta remember, like Boosie and all of them are from that area, and only grew up 15 minutes. So,
What's your favorite Boosie song?
Wipe Me Down remix. I mean, I know it's
You basic white girl.
yeah.
It's good though. It is good.
I was more with the Cash Money. Like I love Lil Wayne,
Okay.
and I grew up watching Cash Money, No Limit. Like in high school, I had a No Limit chain and stuff. So
Wow.
there's pictures of me and C Murder. I used to work at this place called Monkey Biz Fun Center in Baton Rouge. I was their first employee.
Monkey Biz Fun
I
Center.
was I was one of their first employees, if not the first, maybe second. And No Limit used to come in and rent the place out. And C Murder used to come in there, and I would be in awe of him. Like I'd make his chili cheese hot dogs for him. And we would talk. C Murder had a song called Making Moves with Thugs is a hobby, making moves with Doug. And he would say making moves with Doug is a hobby. My first girlfriend ever, I'm gonna tell you this real
Yep.
quick. So my first girlfriend ever lives in Hattiesburg.
Really?
Yep. And it is like when I was pulling in, I was like, wow, I'm gonna stop and I can't do that. I ain't seen her in 25 years.
She might be living in Cambridge, with a Yorkie poo and an Escalade. You don't know.
Think she is.
Really? You think
She's the only girl that has not friended me since I've been famous that is an ex.
she can't be bothered? Did you break her heart or was it on
Yeah,
good terms?
yeah, I cheated.
Yep.
Yeah,
So let's jump into that right off the bat.
yeah.
Serial cheater Doug Townsend. Why do you do it? How do you
That's
think
a
people
tough one.
stop?
Um, I just maybe it's from being an only child. Enough is never good. Even the girls that I think I've only been in love 3 times, and every I could lay next to the girl and tell her I love her, and then if a girl walks in with susus, big ones, and I'm all over it. It's like I totally forget I was in a relationship, and then I don't feel bad about it, which is the problem.
That is the problem.
The only one I felt bad about it was the last relationship and the first one with her. I'm not gonna say her name, but yeah. But it doesn't change how I feel, and I think a lot of guys understand that. Like guys, to me, guys can have extramarital affairs and still be loyal to their wife at the same time. Doesn't make it wrong or right. It is what it is.
That's an interesting opinion.
Yeah.
More on that later. I want to know, okay, you said you've been in love 3 times. How do you know you're in love?
I can answer it. Like the real answer is I don't watch porn when I'm with you. Like that person's enough. I can't say that. But I mean I there's a girl right now, and you know I'm a little crazy for her,
Okay.
but I'm also crazy for every single girl that private messaged me too. So I mean I don't know. When I'm in love, I only think about that person. But there is a thing called when I go out, and it doesn't take no more than 5 or 6 minutes of another girl talking to me. I done forgot about her. And then when I leave, or when I'm like, ah, and then I get up, and then I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna be in trouble when I get home.
Interesting. So it's more of a fear thing, not like, ooh, I hurt this person that I love, but like,
Right. Now,
I'm going to be in trouble.
yeah,
So it's all back to Doug.
yeah, because I like a woman that takes care of me.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you want to be the only child
Yeah.
in a relationship, but you want like as many toys as you can possibly get your hands on.
Yes,
Interesting. I think a lot of men feel that way,
they do.
but they're socially conditioned not to say it. Somehow you have escaped the matrix.
Well, so it's freaking crazy to me, um, that a lot of guys understand what I'm saying,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like, well, I mean, because we're taught that everything we do is bad. Like a woman will post if she's not interested in a guy, the messages of him trying to get with her. Now they don't respect that, okay? And I get that. Yeah, that guy was creepy. Oh, my ex's now.
Go off,
Okay.
Ken.
All right. So let's take my ex-girlfriend for a change, right? I wasn't good enough for her. Her ex-boyfriends were better. Blah, 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 blah. She was on Tinder. She's still looking for that person. At least when she had me, I was taking care of her. I might have been getting some on the side, but I was still there for her.
So what is it to take care of a woman? Take me through that physically, emotionally, financially, perhaps.
Make them orgasm.
Yikes. Yikes, that's crazy. Okay, so just that.
Just that.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Wow. No
But
jewelry,
no, I don't buy jewelry.
no food.
I mean, if I gotta, I'm the guy who complains if I gotta take them out to eat. You gotta
But you
think.
were taking care of her for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Totally.
in my head, I did. I sell a lot of cars.
Yeah. Same as catering to a woman for sure.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, she should be proud she's with me. Okay, so when I was on narcotics, everything is enhanced, right?
For sure.
Like your sex drive is enhanced, your Superman feelings are enhanced, and I just like if she falls asleep and I'm next to her, and this has happened, she falls asleep next to her, I'll get on a Tinder and I'll try to find something right then and there because like I gotta have sex,
Right.
and then she's not taking care of me, so it's her fault.
I get it.
So I had to learn that that's not the way to do it. You just do it and not tell them.
Okay, so dishonesty as a form of self-preservation.
Look at the women right now. Look at
women.
right now on Facebook. Scroll through Facebook and look at them complaining about all their exes. They got multiple baby daddies,
Yeah.
and none of them guys were good enough. They're still complaining about me, but yet they never, one guy was good enough. So I think it's one and the same. I'm the real guy's version of what we should do. And I think that's the male, I guess the entry towards me.
Uh-huh.
They've been beat up. They've been told them they were crap. They were shit. They're never been good enough. They probably been posted about. And then here comes me letting the hot women know that we ain't taking it no more. And I got a female fan base that's off the chain.
You kind of do. And they low-key came for me. Interesting, perhaps internalized misogyny. Who knows?
So I think, yeah, I think it's I don't, they got, the one that shocked me the most was I have a female fan base that understands how I feel with the cheating, the stuff. I never denied it. I remember right when I got famous, somebody was like, well, he cheated. Well, yeah, I did. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're going to be on Tinder. You're going to be complaining about me anyway, so you might as well complain about the truth. You weren't good enough to have my whole attention. I had to find it somewhere else.
So is there an ideal woman in your mind? If you're the ideal man, especially for your fan base, your behaviors, your values, your actions, is there an ideal woman who does deserve your full attention and loyalty? Is there even a world where that exists?
No.
Which brings me to my next question, Doug Townson. You sell a lot of cars.
Yeah.
You deal in a lot of product.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you view women as baggage?
Yes. Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Why would I lie about it?
Yeah, no. I just want to know why.
So every guy that you meet, if I meet another guy, a man's first instinct is to see, can I whoop this dude in a fight? I could like him. I take pictures with fans every single day. Every single day. Somebody will yell, come holla, and I'll run over. I've never told a fan no. Ever. Other than that Larry dude. And Larry, if you're watching this, you're a fucking psycho. He knocked on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning yelling, come holler. Scared my kid. Anyway, well, I had to let the police know about Larry.
For sure.
That's the only one I've ever called cops on. But he was methamphetamine induced, so I'll just, whatever.
Got to give a little grace to Larry. But also the authorities.
I just went on a rant about Larry. Oh.
Yeah, are women people?
Yeah. Okay. So I had to go to therapy.
Yeah.
And I've been to rehab literally 33 times. My ex-wife can sit there and recall. We were trying to count the other night. If this question comes up, I want to be able to tell the truth. Answer is 33 times. Wow. Like I went the last year we were together 4 straight times. So we would go over that, and the therapist, they used to have a sign, and they're out there. Doug cannot talk to a woman therapist because I've hooked up with them. It's very insane to me. And okay, so women are like, okay, and there's some guys out there that are like, well, you shouldn't. I would never cheat on my wife. Well, how many women are trying to sleep with you every day? Seriously.
Who's in your DMs? Brad?
Yeah. I can whip my phone out right now and show you there's at least 35. I walk around with a condom on me 24/7. You never know. He's going to be like, yo, let's roll. And I'll be like, come holla.
Yeah, keep that thing on you.
But,
yes.
Only the ones I love.
So look, no female therapist. So what do the male therapists say about this? Are they like, yeah, women suck too? I mean, what's the consensus? So, if I were to poll your therapists, would they say you've grown, you've progressed?
On everything else, like I got clean and sober. I just look like a drug addict. But I think that's just being emotionally scarred from all the stuff. And I'm not going to be like on Facebook and Instagram screaming about sobriety. That's a personal thing, and I will keep it personal. And it also means that it did not cure me wanting to sleep with women. It only enhanced it.
Well, that addiction's still there.
Right.
You're an addict.
Right. But as far as like treating women like property, I don't treat them like property. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I met somebody that I think about all the time, right? Even when I'm not with her, I think about her because I'm just trying to do this right now. So there's never going to be a woman in my life that takes more priority than what I want to do. So does that mean I haven't met the right one? Maybe, but I'm 43 years old and I go through them like washing clothes.
So maybe not like property, but more like product, almost like cars on a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. There's always going to be a newer model, different features.
Not like, I don't like younger women, which is insane. I don't know why guys cheat with younger women. I would rather a woman with experience because when you leave, they don't cry about it.
The crying is
Like,
inconvenient.
right. And
Feelings in general.
so when they ask me, when they're with me, they always think they're going to be the one to make me settle down. I hate to tell you. 1, 2, 3, you're calling a cab.
Yikes.
And it's very, but I'm so, what's the word I'm looking for? Numb to it that I don't let anybody in my, it's almost like a childhood trauma thing. So I had a messed up stuff happen to me when I was a kid, and I've learned to like block feelings. And I think anybody I've dated in the past will literally tell you that.
Survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the childhood.
Okay.
Tell me where you grew up. Tell me who hurt you.
Let's see. I grew up in Watson, Louisiana, and I grew up two loving parents that still are loving today. They don't understand any of this, nor do they want to understand it. They think that people on TV are like my mom's a product of God. Everything's Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I saw,
Was she always that way?
yeah,
Okay.
like made me go to church and stuff like
Grew
that.
up in church?
I grew up in church.
Yeah.
I look
What kind?
Methodist.
Okay, so that's pretty middle of the road. No
Yeah,
rolling around and clapping.
my first wife was a Pentecostal.
Let's go.
Yeah, I married her and it was over when I was on the way to Florida for our honeymoon and I ran out of heroin. I turned around and came back. Or H, I'm sorry. I ran out of H and I turned around and came back.
You can say heroin on this
Okay,
podcast.
yeah, that's a true story. To this day, she left. Which
Yeah.
she had a right to. Yep.
Yeah.
But I
absolutely.
tried. I wanted to settle down, and I wanted to be something I was not.
How old were you then?
First time I got married was like 27.
Yeah, it's pretty young.
Yeah. Okay, getting back to when we go back to kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My everything was normal. Played sports. I had friends. I had close friends, and we had the creepy neighbor down the street.
There it is.
So I dealt with that situation for I am 43, and I think I started talking about it when I was 40. So, but once I think you go through that as a child, it's not just women that go through that. There's men that go through that, and I was confused sexually.
I'm sure.
So and then I got with my first girlfriend from 13 to 21. Same girl.
Wow.
Same girl. Yep. That's the one lives in Hattiesburg.
Really? That's your
Yeah.
first and only street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every girl has been compared to her in my mind. I know she's not the same person, but in my
You have
mind,
this ideal.
I have that idea. But I never told anybody. There's 4 friends that know about it because we all went through it, and all of us are fucked up beyond repair. So it's kind of like kind of like keep it a secret, don't make it.
Were you told by the offender to keep it a secret?
Hmm.
Threatened?
Oh, if I could go back and tell my younger self,
Yeah.
I would have done things a lot different. But when the mind of a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old, it ended when I was 13. I think when I hit puberty, there was no interest anymore. But he held that over my head for all those years, and I it's mm, ah, I wasn't gonna cry on this move.
It's okay. I've made
Yeah,
many grown men cry.
but
Um,
that is, you always hear about the girls who go through that, and it's heartbreaking. I got
yeah.
a 13-year-old girl,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't let a fly sting her.
Yeah.
So, but my first wife, my second, I call my second wife my first wife,
Sure.
because that was the closest thing I got. But she would always tell me I'm closed off emotionally. Like I wasn't a husband to her either.
Yeah.
So I was closed off emotionally. The only time I had interest is when we were having sex. That's it. Like I didn't want to do anything else. And I thought sex was the way of love. And surely when she left me, I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, but we're still close to this day. She's around. She's got other relationships and everything. But I I don't think I've ever recovered. So you should dip. I'm just kidding.
I plan to get into it. If I get sponsored by Grizzly, like, hey, I'll pop a fat chaw for Grizzly.
I it's a thing in every relationship I've been in. I've tried to like open myself up, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. I always feel for the worst. For the worst happens, I self sabotage everything. So,
Well, you were so young. You were
oh yeah,
so impressionable. And in a 9-year-old boy's mind, I imagine, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but everything's so simple and black and white for a 9-year-old boy.
yeah.
And so I imagine you got stopped right there, emotionally, sexually, just everything right there. And then to reintegrate the emotion back into your physical life is probably very difficult.
Well, like I didn't know. I was very sexually confused growing up. Like I didn't know. Like I heard about uh male on male was bad, everything like that. If I'm getting close, let me know. But then I had sex for the first time, and I was like, oh, I'm all in. I'm all foods, and
Well, you carried a lot of shame, I'm
oh
sure.
yeah,
And you probably felt like it was your fault when you were a child.
I did for a long time, and it makes you closed off. It makes you not feel like, it makes you feel like you're always below people.
Mm.
So, and it took me until I was literally last year to say, fuck it, I am going to be me.
Yeah.
Like everything else hasn't worked. Nothing.
Yeah.
So I started, everybody wore dress pants at work. I'm gonna wear blue jeans.
Love it.
I'm gonna be me. And I like strip clubs and swinger bars, and that's the only time I feel like alive. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it sober too, so I don't make bad mistakes.
So you're just out there, Dr. Pepper in your cup,
Dr. Pepper in my cup, cranberry juice.
boobies in your face.
Yep, boobies in my face. That is my life.
That's wild. Do you think the hypersexuality, especially like the female hypersexuality, you see it on your feed, it's nothing but booby. Do you think that is maybe a way for you to cope with some of the stuff that happened early on?
Maybe, but
I mean, I know every
yeah.
man loves boobies. I'm not trying to like over sexualize it.
Maybe, probably, like,
Shit.
made me think. Maybe, the way I was using the girls was like I'm good at marketing myself, selling
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
And I I use three things. Guys, because my mainly I sell to are men.
Right.
So I said, all right, I'm gonna do boobs, cars, and me. Three things that
The
every
trifecta.
the trifecta, and it related. Now the first like when I tried to do it in the past, they were like, hell no, can't do that.
Mhm.
Tried to do this 3 years ago, and they said no, absolutely not, don't do it.
Right.
But when the goddamn strike happened and they weren't producing no cars and I was out the door anyway, what are they going to tell
The
me?
beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm going to save everybody's job.
And now the inmate is running the asylum in a sense.
Yes.
I love that. Doug, let's take a quick break with
Okay.
our sponsors. We'll be back on Superfreak. I have some show dates that I want to tell you about. I am going to be in New York City July 19th and 20th. July 19th at 7 p.m., I will be at Don't Tell Mama in Manhattan. July 20th at 4 p.m., I will be at Caveat on the Lower East Side. And July 20th at 11 p.m., I will be at QED Astoria in Queens. This New York run will involve me doing my new hour of material, Gifted and Damaged, which is all about growing up, being told you're smart, and then figuring out you're not that smart. Super Freak the podcast is brought to you by Simply Chic by Fatish. This is the boutique where I get all my clothes from, so if you like my drip, go give simplychic.boutique a visit and use the code Mary Ryan, that's Mary Ryan, all caps, for 15% off all new arrivals. Super Freak the podcast is also brought to you by Energy Bits. Energy Bits, it's the algae supplement that I take every single day. It keeps you regular, it makes your skin glow, and it's supposed to boost your immunity. I love algae. I guess I'm a mermaid. I don't know. Use code Mary Ryan for 20% off your purchase at energybits.com. Thanks for listening, y'all, and let's get back to Super Freak. Welcome back to Super Freak with me, Mary Ryan Brown, and my guest, Doug Townson.
What's poppin'?
Come holla. You truly came and you truly hollered. You came to my studio in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Yeah, I was like, you're right there. You're only 2 hours away from the dealership. I was like, my last podcast didn't go over so well. So I was like, next time I do a podcast, I want to be in-house with the person. So that way I can read the person a little bit better and maybe be able to answer their questions just a little bit, more. Because when you're talking to somebody behind a computer screen, I'm texting, I'm on Tinder, I'm on Elephant Tube, I'm on everything but
Right.
the interview because I'm so ADD, so I got to be focused on what I'm doing.
Right. I haven't seen you get on Tinder once since I've been here. You did go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I did.
Did you do a little swipage?
I did. So this is how
Swiping and wiping.
So this is how I do Tinder.
Okay.
I take Tinder and I swipe on everybody.
I see.
And then so when they're matched, they're like, "Oh my God, it's Doug," and I'm like, "Eh."
Right.
But that's literally how most guys do it. So if you match with somebody on Tinder, just know that you were probably a quick slide right.
For sure. Don't be flattered. I met my husband on Hinge. Kind of. Hinge is it's a classier version of Tinder. It's Tinder for people with health insurance, kind of. And
Shut up. Are you for real?
it's you haven't heard of Hinge because it's marketed as the dating app built for relationships. And I'm one of those freaks that likes to be in a relationship. We've all got our things. And so I got on Hinge because I heard it was classier.
Mhm.
I've done Tinder, I've done Bumble. Okay.
Right.
I'm no angel.
Right.
But I got on Hinge and I saw him on there. And I realized, I went to college with this guy. I know him. He's not going to try to take my skin off and murder me. And so
Right.
I clicked
Right.
the little heart button. Immediately, he texts me back. and he's like, "Hey, I've had a crush on you since college. Would you like to go on a date?"
You know, I say that to every single girl.
Really? Well, it works.
Yeah, it does.
It works. We like that honesty. That honesty that feels, kind of sudden, like, "Hey, I couldn't help but talk to you."
Right.
So anyway, I said, "Yeah, I'll go on a date with you." And he said, "Great, I'm in San Antonio right now. I'll fly you out." I
Damn.
said, "Damn, he does want to take my skin off and murder me." And I said, "I will not be going to Texas with you." I waited until he came back in town. We went and got sushi.
Hmm.
And then a year later, we were married.
Dang.
It's crazy.
I, well, oh, damn, that's a good story because I was going to want to not like him, but I already do because he talks so good about me.
He does. He loves you.
Yeah.
Everybody's husband loves Doug because Doug's saying the things that other dudes socially have been conditioned not to say.
I'm literally saying what y'all say in private settings, but not gonna say it
Um,
ever. So, but like I guess my biggest pet peeve, say if I'm dating somebody,
mhm.
or I always look at their Facebook, and if they complain, well, chances are after I hit this, I'm going to be complaining about. But I'll tell you a secret about guys. Sorry. But thank you, Grizzly.
Cut the clip there.
Yeah. Here's a secret about guys. When a guy gets complained about on Facebook or social media, now this is as true can be. When a woman is complaining about a guy on social media, we high five him in private. You know why? Because he rocked that girl so hard that now that woman is left for.
She's confused. She's
Yes.
disoriented.
I have more respect for women who don't put their personal feelings out on social media. They hide it.
Yeah, it is good to hold it in sometimes. I think you and I have very different algorithms. That's what I've
Right.
learned about this whole
Mhm.
experience. Your audience and my audience, very different. And like I even noticed this if I'm like looking at my husband's Twitter with him, his algorithm will be like 7 ways that women lie and cheat, 7 secrets about women and how they're deceptive and they lie. And I'm reading it and I'm like, I don't think I'm like this at all. There might be one thing on the list that I'm like, oh yeah, guilty.
So the big word for the last 2 years is narcissism.
Oh yeah, everybody's a narcissist.
Everybody's a narcissist.
Except me, I'm special.
Yeah, I mean, every ex that has broken up with that I have, or okay, they dumped me, I'm a narcissist.
Mm.
But yeah, they're still on dating apps trying to find girl. That I don't understand that word. You're supposed to put yourself first before anybody else. Another thing they shouldn't put on dating apps is I always put my kids first. Well, if you did, you would be with your spouse that you had the kids with. That is so true, and I don't care who you are. That is so true, and I get that some relationships just didn't work, but you people use that as a tool, which they shouldn't use. And a lot of guys, I don't care who you are, they say that. Like we talk about that. That's what guys talk about. Like, yeah, you should put your kids first. We don't read that. That you're supposed to.
It is kind of one of those things like if you're having to say that, do you really? If you have to say you can trust me, I
Yeah.
feel like immediately that's a red flag. I can't
It is a
trust
red
you.
flag.
Is there any situation or has there been any situation where you have not put yourself first and you've been glad that you did it that way?
It's a good one. The first marriage, I tried to be who she needed to be a husband.
And then you ran out of heroin.
Yeah, ran out of
Yeah.
heroin. On drugs, you can be whatever. You could be outside cleaning the garbage and happy, as long as you got.
True.
The second one, I could not be who she needed to be, and it's ironic that I'm talking about her because I learned a lot from her to be a human being, and because she didn't lie or cheat to me, it was all lying and deceptive behavior to earn her trust. Like Guy will lie about his past, lie about this, lie about that. Just not trying to lie about it, but trying to make himself up like, how like a bird lifts his feathers to make itself look bigger.
Yeah.
That's what guys do.
Yeah, it
They
is
don't
very
they don't
performative.
yeah, they don't consider it lying. They're just trying to attract their mate.
Mm-hmm.
So then we figure out that maybe we shouldn't have later on, and then we get called a liar, cheater, narcissist, self-centered. I've been called them all, but guess what? I'm still famous. That's the way I kind of looked at it. But everything after that one, yeah, I did put myself first. Like, we have kids and we put our kids first. That's human nature to put your kids first. You want your
Sure.
kids. You don't have to post that. If you have to talk about that, you got some serious issues.
That is weird when people use their kids as props.
They're not props. They're their own human beings. They're not going to be exactly what you need them to be. My daughter is nothing like me as far as likes and what she's into.
She's not really into strippers.
No, she's not into none of that stuff. But will she be supportive of me? Absolutely. She is the home run king of support, and I love her for it. But like me, no. And I don't want her to be like me or her mom. I want her to be her.
Yeah.
And I that's another thing with dating apps. I can talk about dating apps all day. But yeah, like Bumble, I've had success on Bumble. I will be whatever you need me to be to slide right and show me.
There it is. There it is. It's that I can perform, I
Yeah,
can mirror your personality, I
exactly.
can fulfill your desires in the short term
Yeah,
so that I can get what I want.
yeah. All I want, all a person wants on the dating app, I don't care who they are, is the panties.
The panties,
The
really?
panties. That's it. Once they get
Wow.
the panties, now you have the option of, do I stay in this or do I leave this? Well, a guy's going to go 50-50. Well, I'm already here. I might as well stay and be miserable.
So are the panties, are those coming, are we talking metaphorical panties or are we talking a picture of the panties?
No, we're saying panties dropping, panties getting.
I understand. I understand. Interesting. It's like I know that, but in my mind, I can shut that off, right? Like especially when I was on the dating apps, like
Right.
I think I truly believed at that time, early 20s, like, no, they care about me.
Yeah, we don't.
It's wild.
We don't. And it's not anybody's fault. A person that's on a dating app has been hurt. He said, why? Why
I will
would you?
not argue with you there.
Okay, here's my thing about the dating apps. Okay, hold on, cut this one. Hold on.
No, I gotta know about the dating apps.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's my theory on the dating apps, and
Okay.
I've told my friends this, and it's only backfired once because he married her, divorce. All right, but you are judging a girl on her looks mainly.
Yeah, immediately too.
A girl is judging a guy on the looks mainly. Like, look, I know I am not no 10 looking. I know that. Personality wise, I'm like a 115 of fun. But if I was judged mainly on my looks, okay, before I got famous, I could get nobody to slide right. That's why I had to slide like that. Maybe one out of like 30, and they'll be happy that they slide right. But the girl on the other end is posting that she's not into narcissistic, asshole, self-centered people, but yet she's judging a guy on looks. It's a oxymoron at its
all a show.
finest.
It really is all a show, and I agree. That is a huge contradiction.
What was I very different than what you initially thought when you first found my page?
For sure. For
Exactly.
sure. You've been absolutely lovely to talk to.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. It's all kind of a performance, and that's what I'm interested in. I'm a lifelong performer. I perform now, and I'm always feeling like I'm not enough. I'm not giving enough or being or doing enough. And I know like car sales is kind of a performance, right?
Car sales is a performance. So the way I used to sell cars was wait out on a lot, wait for a buyer, get them, introduce them to the manager, sit them down at the desk, find out, blah, 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 blah. So I ended up in rehab in South Florida,
Okay.
Deerfield Beach. And
Was it nice? What's the best thing about rehab? Cigarettes? The ladies?
look, I bet I've met the loves of my life in the depression lines, to get the depression medications.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you on Zoloft? I'm on Zoloft. I love you. Let's run away together. Happens all the fucking time.
We need a romance novel about that.
Oh God, I got addicted to rehab. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I get addicted to what it was is you get addicted to the restarts. So once you go to rehab, you restart. Yeah, everything you calm down. You get to look at yourself for 30 days. Most of the time, I would try to find a female to look at them for 30 days so I didn't have to focus in on myself.
Mm.
Every girl I went to rehab with was the love of my life. I thought so because I was sober. But I got addicted to rehabs. I knew what to do when I got to rehab, what to say. And the whole time I'm in there, I'm trying to find a way out. So it's insanity.
Also a show.
It's also a show. You learn from the therapist of what to say, what not to say.
Right.
That's where I can recite what a therapist is going to say to you in a rehab center.
So tell me a line that would like make a rehab therapist proud.
Oh, that's a good question. Shit.
Like, what's something you could tell a rehab therapist where they'd
Oh,
be like,
okay.
hey, he can go back and sell cars now?
Oh, you know, I'll say Dave. Oh, it was Dave is dead. I'd be like, listen, I really looked at myself these last 30 days, and I've understood that I've been a narcissist. I have not considered other people's feelings. I know my drug and alcohol has damaged everybody around me. I'm going to go to a meeting every single day. I'm going to work with a sponsor. I'm ready to go home. And I found God. I found God. It's always a good one.
This man and Oscar. You know it. You've got it down to a T.
Yeah.
Did you ever find God?
I'm still searching. Like I am not going to sit here and claim to be a God-fearing man. I think most would say I would have sold my soul to the devil. Um, a lot, I don't think so either, but I get stopped wherever I go. Somebody's got something to say to me. I live in a smaller town, and I'm at the grocery store, and somebody's going to say something to me cross-eyed at the grocery store. It happens all the time. Somebody's not agreeing with it. You need to find God. Well, look at you, woman. You've been married 3 times. You need to find condoms. Don't tell me I got so tired of everybody telling me how to live my life that I decided to live my life. And I think that's where I would guess the following has come from, that they can see I'm living my life. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, something broke in your brain and you're just.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. And it like car sales.
Yeah.
I stopped all of that. Now, if I'm selling a piece of shit, guess what I'm gonna say it is? Piece of shit. And
people eat that up.
will eat that up. And if I think the car is awesome, I guarantee you it's gonna be awesome. But I deal with a lot of bad credit situations all the time. Every day I'm dealing with one right now.
Yeah.
So I've learned people like that have put life into perspective for me. What's important? It's not important having a $100,000 vehicle anymore. It's from getting point A to point B and making sure your kids are taken care of, and also keeping yourself happy.
Yeah.
That also means don't get a $900 a month car payment when you could spend $500 a month at strip clubs. You know, you gotta leave room for you.
Dave Ramsey for the trailer park.
I am. Although I think Dave Ramsey's an asshole, but what? Okay.
No,
But
Dave Ramsey's my uncle or something.
no, I
I have credit card debt. I have Amazon problems. I get it.
there's a guy, um, there's a guy that I have beef with on the internet, and everybody knows about it.
Okay.
His name's Sam Elliott.
Okay.
And
That sounds familiar.
okay, he's the guy that's a car salesman.
This guy, he's a baldy.
Yeah,
Big muscles, tiny t-shirts.
yeah.
Yes, I saw you. I also have a silent beef with him.
I have a real beef with him.
Has
He answered me.
really?
So this is true to form. My second week, I get a call from his camp offering me a job.
And it is a camp, isn't it? It's a compound
It's
of just dudes.
right, and I'm not a fan.
Cold showers.
The worst,
It's just the
the worst mistake he ever did in life was to pick me to mess with.
yikes.
So I told him no, and I was very polite. I'll let it go.
Right.
He's not my cup of tea. And then he made the video. And then I was like, Then he started demoing Chrysler Dodge Jeep vehicles. I was like, oh, he's making calls to corporate to get me in trouble. So now I don't care. So I made some videos making him look less flattery. Listen, if a man has to yell at another man because he doesn't look like him, like he's picking on overweight guys,
I saw that.
that is the definition of a self-centered, egotistical asshole. Not everybody wants to be you, Sam Elliott.
For real.
This guy literally had paid fines for ripping off people. And it's up to you if you want to. But
I'm here for it.
okay. So he did all these bad things. Now he changed his life, and now he's out to help everybody else. No, he has learned to sell marketing strategies, t-shirts, books, not actually, and I'm even made a video saying nobody's actually seen him sell a car. His next video, he's trying to sell a car, not a car for sale. It's just a random person wearing shorts. You do not sell cars in shorts. That is the oldest rule in the book.
You don't do comedy in shorts either, do you?
No. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's or wear shirt or go. Never mind.
Interesting. What, those tiny little t-shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or go shirtless. I'm not a fan.
No.
Um.
Not on a guy.
No, I'm not a fan of Sam Elliott, and now I work with the girl very closely, and she is my I guess my Michael Jackson of this entertainment business, and she is
In a safe way, right?
in a safe way.
Good.
Why did I say Michael Jackson? Let's think about Sam Elliott.
It's all going back.
Yeah.
All going back.
Her name is Lacey. And I run everything by her, and she's like, you got to drop the Sam Elliott thing because it's getting out there. Like, he's responding, and we don't want to be known as the guy that coming out there Sam Elliott. And I was like, all right, so I dropped it. No more Sam Elliott videos. This guy has a nose thing on his nose trying to sell that. This guy is not a car salesman. He's not. He's picking on overweight car salesmen. You think the customers are all fit?
Yeah, for real.
Like, for real.
Yeah. There's no humanity in it. And also, once you start selling like life skills marketing courses, a digital marketing course, I'm done. That's the new Avon. That's the new Mary Kay. It's all kind of a scam.
It's multi-level marketing.
Multi-level marketing. First they came for white women, and now the dudes are falling for it too.
I don't get it. I love car sales. Like, I love car sales, and when I get done with whatever I'm doing, I will go back to selling cars because that's how I've always said I love cars. Like, I really do.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing more sexier to me than a V8 engine in a car, truck, or Jeep. Um, and to have somebody like that man go to different dealerships and destroy the values of a dealership because they do not look like him is not America. And I wish to God one of these dealerships, guess me, is gonna tell him to go find another lease on life because he is not that good looking. So what? I can do steroids and look like you, but I choose not to live like you. I don't want to be you. So why are you screaming at these people that don't want to live like you?
He is a big screamer. He's a big yeller.
Why? He shouldn't. Look, he ain't
Which
no Brad Pitt.
it does denote a bit of insecurity once you start yelling.
That's insecurity at its finest. He would have learned a lot in a rehab center.
He would have. Maybe he would have learned the right things to say.
Right.
So, okay, I understand that you have these stand-up comedy aspirations.
Yeah.
Nobody understands that better than I do.
I do.
I'm addicted to that, and I love it. So tell me, who did you grow up?
Dice Clay.
Okay.
He's my hero. Andrew Dice Clay is my hero.
Yeah.
No, I
What's
love
your favorite bit?
Jack and Jill went up the hill. I'm with a bucket in the. You never heard that one?
No.
He does. I almost have too much respect for him to even say his bit. But when I was growing up, my dad was a monster Andrew Dice Clay fan.
Okay.
And I don't know if life turned out good for him or not, but I just hope he knows. I'm sure he's going to see this. And my family adored him. Like anytime he was on TV or anything like that, we had popcorn and it felt like a family. To me, he still is a gangster. I love him. And then the newer ones now, like the new comics that I like, is Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
I love Pete Davidson.
He's a little
I love it.
guy a little bit. He doesn't.
He's my hero.
For it.
He's my.
And he's a skinny king who's great with the ladies. Tattooed.
I can't wait to get rich.
Damaged.
Yeah, whenever I get famous, I'm gonna get to date a Kardashian.
Possibly. Maybe an off-brand one.
Probably get Chloe, huh?
Chloe looks good now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chloe's had some stuff done. You know, if Chloe walked in this room right now, you'd be cool with it.
I'd be cool with it, but then I'd probably ask where Lamar's at. I mean, I don't know. I love Pete Davidson. I think he to me is absolutely the funniest dude out right now, and I don't care who you are. I love Bill Burr.
Yeah.
I think Bill Burr is that unapologetic. I just love that style. Not so much of a fan of the other styles, but I like him. And Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Tony's the man. Tony's the best. Tony is out right now. During that time, Brady roast, he destroyed.
He killed. He really, really murdered. And he's kind of also a little funny little man, you know, and I feel like he has insane pull. I can't confirm that. I don't know him at all, but I just feel like being funny can go a long way in the world of ladies. You know, you said earlier that you thought sex was the way of love. I don't think it is. I think laughing truly is.
I think being funny has got my way in more panties than I know what to do with. Cause look, I'm honest. I don't think I don't. Maybe I know that I'm not. I like from 1 to 10, I say like I'm 4, but I'm cool with that. But personality wise, you ain't gonna find nobody better.
You are a hoot and a half. I'll say that, Doug.
But yeah, as far as comedy goes, Dice Clay to me will always be the greatest, hands down.
What's your biggest goal?
Biggest goal? Find happiness.
What's your greatest fear?
Ending up alone. My biggest fear is ending up alone, being too self-centered, and at the end of my days, alone.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I ain't scared to be broke. I ain't scared to be homeless. I ain't scared of none of that. As long as I got somebody, I'll be okay.
Can it be like you're on your deathbed, but it's a lady you swiped right on that day, as long as she's there holding your hand, or are you looking for something more long term?
Long term, definitely, definitely. I've felt alone being in relationships. Like you can only fake relationships so fucking much.
Yeah.
So much. To where you're just like, all right, I'm tired of playing the game. Ghost.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of guys do that. So, because everything gets old, no matter what. So you got to find ways to make it more exciting.
Yeah. We're all going to die one day.
Yeah.
And before that, if we're lucky, we get old and disgusting. And then we die.
Yeah. There's going to be a time when I'm rather ugly and absolutely burned every bridge if I don't find a way to build a new bridge.
That's right. And then it'll just be, the underpaid nursing home workers bringing you pudding. And on that note, Doug Townsend, I want to thank you for coming to my podcast.
Thank you for having me. I really, really enjoyed myself. I'm so excited to be here.
Let's do it again sometime.